Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here, and today I'm going to be giving my analysis of Manchester City versus Chelsea. Now, I think the key player for Manchester City is going to be Vincent Kompany, as if he can be a defensive rock and stop Chelsea in the process, then Man City will be a force to reckon with in this game, and they could cause real problems for Chelsea. Now, the key player for Chelsea is going to be their new goalkeeper, Asmir Begovic. He's got to prove why Chelsea went out and bought him, because Thibaut Courtois is red carded, so Begovic has to play, but Begovic could have a good performance today, and that could lead to him challenging Courtois for the #1 goalkeeper spot. I really hope Begovic does well, because he was a fantastic goalkeeper when he was at Stoke, and I really hope he's going to be brilliant today. Now, I think the game is going to end Manchester City 2 and Chelsea 2. I think it's going to be a brilliant game. Both sides are capable of scoring goals, and both sides are definitely capable of defending. Now, this game needs no introduction, as it's always a brilliant match in the football fixture, and everyone around the world wants to see this brilliant spectacle, and I'm hoping this time around it's not going to disappoint. Right, it's half time. It's Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. In the first quarter of an hour, Chelsea and Man City have been cancelling each other out, both having pretty good opportunities. Now, Begovic has made a lot of good saves. Aguero did come close with a shot that just went wide. Begovic has done superb. I think he's going to be one of the better players in the game. He done pretty well up until when they scored. It was a good goal by Aguero, and it came in the 31st minute. Now, Chelsea have then had a few pop shots. They've been blocked. And then Fabregas has a decent shot, but it just goes wide. Now, Chelsea, they've been having a few tackles out of frustration. They're showing a lot of anger because they've conceded and they really just haven't done anything. Now, Mangala almost just scored from a header just before it went into half-time. Now, what happened there was he got the header. Begovic then punched Gary Cahill, I believe, in the nose. He started bleeding, so he's going to have to have gone off. And then Costa goes down injured as well, so he's had to come off the pitch. So the controversy where Chelsea have had their female member of the medic team not allowed to be on the bench, now they've got a real big problem. But this was just before half-time, and Chelsea were in the same situation where they was against Swansea. So it just makes you think that if they had more experienced members, would they have got the players on the pitch quick enough? But who knows? Right, so Manchester City in the second half, all they need to do is take more of their chances, because they're having a lot of shots and they're getting saved time after time by Begovic. And I really think if they take time, have really good opportunities, make sure they're one-on-one with Begovic, they might be able to score a lot more goals. Now, with Chelsea, they need to get into the game. They're just struggling. They're looking sloppy. They're not looking like the Chelsea we know from last season, the real champions. So they just really, if they can get a goal, they might be able to get back into this game. But the way they played in the first half, I think their game is just frustration and they're lacking. I think they really need to buck their ideas up in the second half of the match. Right, it's full time. Manchester City 3, Chelsea 0. Never in my life would I ever expected to say that. I knew that Manchester City would win this game because of their first half performance, because they were so strong, and Chelsea just looked so poor and deflated, if you must. Now, something happened at half time that was very controversial. Zuma came on for John Terry. John Terry, their captain, one of their strongest defensive players, probably one of the best defenders in the league, has been subbed off at half-time. I was a little bit confused and concerned for Chelsea at that point. Now, Ivanovic has been given the armband, and I didn't think that that was going to help, and it didn't. He was giving away a few needless challenges. As he tackled Sterling outside the box, it was a really stupid challenge, almost a penalty. Now, Manchester City then started making unneeded and unnecessary challenges, because Chelsea invited the pressure. They started to play better in the first quarter of an hour into the second half. Now, Man City and Chelsea both had a lot of crucial tackles that would keep themselves both in the game, but Chelsea's defence just have been coping with Manchester City, because they were struggling really hard. Chelsea had a good attack with Eden Hazard, but it was a shot saved by Joe Hart. Joe Hart, I think, is a brilliant goalkeeper, and I hope he does really well this season. Now, it just wasn't working for Chelsea because Chelsea, they just really were struggling, especially in the midfield area. And you find that Manchester City were playing it cool and calm because they could waste time, they could enjoy themselves because they were winning. And that's all that mattered. And then I just thought that it was just over for Chelsea. Because every attack just ended in Manchester City winning the ball. And then to make matters worse, they brought on Falcao for Willian. I didn't think Falcao would do anything, and he didn't. And at that point, Sterling had come off for Demichelis, so you knew they was going to sit back, defend, and invite pressure themselves. But that wasn't the case. Manchester City actually did a lot better. Kompany headed the ball onto the post, and it went into the back of the net. And Manchester City then were winning 2-0. That's 2 goals in 2 games by Kompany. I was happy because he scored in the game against West Brom, and I was talking about that goal in another vlog that I recently did there. And just before full time, Fernandinho with a beautiful shot, and it went past the goalkeeper Begovic, and I just can't believe Chelsea's performance. As I said a little bit earlier, they looked deflated, they looked absolutely horrific. Now Kompany, he had been that defensive rock, which I knew he would be, and I knew he would be one of the key players for Manchester City, because he's a fantastic defender, and I think it was a bit unlucky for him last season, and he's proving why he's one of them best defenders that we know in the Premier League. Now, Hart made a good save by Costa that I thought was worth mentioning as well, and as I said earlier, Chelsea's midfield was just really poor, and I think that's what lost them the game. Now I'm going to talk about the man of the match, Sergio Aguero. He had a lot of chances. Begovic gladly saved quite a lot of them, but he just caused Chelsea so much problems, and I think it was so unneeded for Chelsea, and they just don't look like a good side in the second game of the season. They really need to put their ideas up if they are to retain the title. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, my voice is a bit broke at the moment, you could say, a bit husky. I have a sore throat, as I mentioned in one of my other vlogs. I have a sore throat because I went to a football match and I'm kind of losing my voice, but I'm dedicated to uploading to this channel, so I'm going to continue the uploads. Nevertheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.